Gutfoxx here. So, they came out with a new trailer for MLB The Show 21. In the trailer, as you'll recall from previous years, or not recall if you haven't seen them before, if this is your first game, maybe get an Xbox on MLB The Show, they basically tease a lot of features. Now, we've gone through a few of their big reveal streams already, so some of this is going to be ground that we've tread upon, but the biggest news is right there, right? For those who don't recognize, those maybe not a boomer like myself, Pirates fans, that's Roberto Clemente. Probably the best defensive right fielder of all time, and he had an absolute cannon for him. If he doesn't come out of the stock with a 99 arm strength, we're going to have words, okay? A lot of words. Now, interestingly enough, this isn't Forbes Field, because Forbes Field is where he played a lot of his games. And if you look at Roberto Clemente's, let me look it up. I should have got this, stats. He didn't have a ton of power at Forbes because it was the hardest place to hit balls ever out of the park, because the owner was like, I hate home runs. I want them to really earn it. So his best year with 29 home runs, it's quite a bit, right? That's the year he won the MVP award. Now, a lot of people are like, well, is Roberto Clemente going to be the collection reward because he's such a huge name? I don't know, because, right-handed hitting outfielder isn't exactly Mickey Mantle type. Now, I would love for him to be the collection rewards because he'll be juiced. I'm a Pirates fan, and I would absolutely love this card. So, he does have a high average, so I can see his, contact being insanely high. Slugging percentage at 555, 559, 4 and 9 means he's gonna maybe have some decent power. But yeah, he didn't take many walks, which is okay because discipline doesn't really matter this year. So the fact that, not taking a lot of walks really isn't a thing. Vision will matter for strikeouts, and he struck out 100 times those years, but not terrible strikeout numbers compared to the MLB nowadays. So maybe his vision will be a little higher, but vision doesn't mean a whole lot. It's basically all contact and power, which are, MLB The Show, they say, oh yeah, vision matters, but in the end, it's kind of it's not as important. Contact matters much more than vision, because that's your inner PCI. So, Roberto Clemente, he doesn't have a whole lot of stolen bases, but he was pretty fast. So, I don't know. It's going to be a weird thing to see what they do with his speed score, because right fielders, it matters how fast you are. That's how really good of a defender you are to get to those balls in the outfield. But yeah, this guy should have 99, maybe 125. Maybe just go off the rating specifically. They haven't done that before like they have with contact and power, but Clemente absolutely had a gun out there. So, he's revealed, which is awesome. And, I didn't want to be like a homer yesterday and say nothing but pirate cards, but we want more pirates in the game as legends, but this is the number one guy that we wanted, as he's a legendary. I would just research Clemente's background and what he did for the game of baseball and for, humanitarian efforts in general when he passed away trying to do a humanitarian, his plane went down, bringing supply relief, I can't even speak. To a earthquake-stricken, I forgot which country it was, but yeah. So it was a tragic ending. But let's look through the trailer. So I can't listen to the music. I'll put the trailer, if you want to listen to the music, in the description, so that way you can listen to it. But basically, what we're looking at right here is captured on next-gen hardware. Now, if you look at these player models throughout, you're like, well, it's okay. It's not next-gen Madden, okay? There are games with better graphics, but the thing about next-gen Madden is that it sucks, because it's not fun to play. And you guys know I play Madden quite a bit, but I'm on current-gen, even though its graphics are worse. So I'm not going to sit here and say graphics matter at all. Now, a lot of people say that, that's the first impression of a game that they have. Oh, how good are the graphics? That means the game's going to be good. That's not right at all. That's not how games have ever been. Greater graphics, it's cooler. It's got that wow moment. But when you get into actually play it, graphics kind of mean dick. So, new destinations for a couple players. You got Blake Snell there, new destination. Now, a lot of what they're teasing, like we saw, are in the fielding thing. And I went through this on my channel here. You can go back and look at that thing. But off the wall, you see they're teasing it right here in the trailer. Is something that they worked on. Pitching, strikeouts. It is what it is, right? I think they're going to tease a lot of animations and celebrations through this video. This is something with the base stealing and the pop time for the catcher. We saw pop time is going to matter. The ability, once they catch the ball, to get it to second base. That's something that they worked on. They specifically highlighted. Some catches will have better pop time than others, and that's going to be huge for catching players taking bases for you. So they're kind of showing off a little bit of the graphics here, a little bit of the swings, the celebrations. They'll add more of those. The diving. Now, diving last year, Didn't like it. Didn't like it, especially in the outfielder on those balls that are close. Like sometimes you dive, but like the animation would just kind of be stiff and just like hit off your player regardless. So like it felt like they didn't have enough animations for dive last year. So this year it does look like they're focusing on it. They say they had hundreds of new animations for the outfield. Buxton hitting a dinger and celebrating right there. So they're showing off a lot of that, like more, I would say, I would call it fluff, right? It's basically, the small things. The small things that 100% matter, right? Like, I'm fine with them doing a lot of that work, but, like, really, it's how the game plays and how it feels is most important to me. But this stuff is kind of cool to see regardless. So, it is neat. They're talking about turn and double plays, and that looks to be a focus. We didn't really hear a whole lot of that I remember. But basically, like, what they did talk about was the fielding and throwing meter mattering more now. So, like, if you miss, you really throw it wild. So, that's maybe what they're teasing there. Striking out Bauer doing the Vince McMahon walk or Conor McGregor, depending on who you want to make that one look like the most. But there it is. Leadoffs. See, I'm excited. I hope there's more of this, right? When somebody takes a lead on you in the game, they can keep taking a lead, and it's really annoying. So I hope throw outs have increased if you do take that extra step, because I want the extra step to be a gamble. I don't want it to be 100% successful, always getting back as long as you got a decent base runner. I want there to always be a chance of throwing them out if you throw over, because people that just, you have to keep stepping off, they keep taking the lead off. It's just an awful dance. So I hope they've seen that dance and whatnot. But like, we'll talk about graphics, like the difference here. I mean, I know it's really nitpicky and this has like no impact on gameplay, but like this is supposed to be next gen. And like I'm talking about, a lot of people are complaining about is stuff like this. But here's the thing. I don't care. I really don't care that this looks like, obviously 2 dimensions, but there's like a hole between the shadow. So whatever. We can nitpick all day. But again, in the end, whatever. Off the wall, they're still teasing that Clemente that I already kind of went through. Right here, so Ohtani, one of the most famous two-way players, ever, really, right? Outside of like Babe Ruth and his ability to be like the best pitcher in the league, have as many shutouts as Pedro Martinez, but also, was Babe Ruth at the plate. Ohtani here, both at the dish and at the plate. That's something they're bringing in for their player feature this year, where two-way players are more apt in there. That was kind of a weird throw motion. I don't know. Maybe that was just me. Let's go back to, was that Lucas? Let me rewind a second. Let's go back 5 seconds. His arm goes through the zone really fast. Through his body really fast. I don't know. No, never mind. I was not saying right. All right, that basically they're showing the home run robbery, right? That's something that they talked about during the fielding thing. Home run robberies have changed, so that's updated. That's cool. There's then more pop time stuff. Off the wall ball, they've brought in a lot of animations for that. Keston Hiura with his home run. We got Tatis and Bauer. Bauer struck out Tatis earlier. Now Tatis is getting them back in a big old bat flip. And Bauer, I want to see Bauer throw the ball out of the stadium or over the fence in anger again. That's kind of what I want to see. Celebrations at a home run, maybe a walk-off home run celebration, and more celebrations there for you. So, there you go. Now, this has been a pretty big debate in the community. What does 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mean? Now, this could be a variety of things, whether it means it for Diamond Dynasty or other parts of the franchise mode or whatever it is, you create a player. I don't know. It could be because of what this is precedes. I mean, it very well could be something like team affinities or career arcs. But basically, this is it. They're just teasing it, like, right? Some people thought maybe it's colorblind options, which makes sense too. But like, you really wouldn't put it in a teaser. You just outright say it. I don't know what 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 means. I mean, what it looks like with the 1 in the green grass is like, spring, but you wouldn't really have spring being green, and like 2, 3 being like summer, and it'd be like different colors like that, because like the end's kind of like a wintry vibe at 5. I don't know. Let me know in the comments what you think this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 could be. Maybe it's Murderer's Row of the 27 Yankees. It could be like the best number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of all time, which would be Jeter to, I don't know, one Ozzie Smith. Ruth, Gehrig, and DiMaggio. They're bringing in DiMaggio. There it is. There's a speculation for you guys. So I don't know. 1 through 5 could be anything. But then here's Wander Franco. This stadium creator right here that they're talking about down here. And that writing. Stadium creator available only on next-gen version. So PS5, Xbox Series X or S. Now it's very funny. I love the North Korean empty hotel. That they put this. I wonder what other like landmarks they'll put in their stadium creator. Are they gonna put like the Eiffel Tower, or like, I mean, you might get sued for having the Eiffel Tower. I don't know that. And there's some like weird France copyright laws around taking pictures of that at night. So maybe they'll have some problems with that. There's I don't know. Maybe you can put the Statue of Liberty, Big Ben, other things. Maybe the pyramids of Egypt, because they're like, you know, the stadium creator is weird. Like, I don't know what they're gonna do. Is this like with John Carter on Mars or something? Like, I don't know. Where the stadium, they define the laws of physics, like some Avatar floating island stuff. We also have like this right here. I actually don't know. This looks like a solar thing for electricity, but I don't know what's that from. I feel like that's a reference to something that I don't get either. But yeah, I kind of know. I kind of get what this part of it and this part of it. But yeah, looks like you can get like 5 decks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 decks of your stadium creator. Obviously, this won't be for, well, I would say, not obviously, but more than likely won't be for online, since PS4 and current gen Xbox can't see it. So you can match up against them, though, on the PS5 and Xbox Series X. But this will be fun for like your franchise and building your stadium up. I hope there's like RPG elements into this to affording these kind of like bigger stadiums as the bigger your team gets and more success you have. But there you go. Kind of neat overall. And like that just looked like a normal home run. Like, so I don't know, like, define the laws of gravity and physics. Would that also pertain in your stadium creator to the ball physics? The game has changed. Maybe that's what that means. The game has changed. They're literally changing the entire game. I don't know. Would you think that, like, I don't know what the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 means right before the stadium creator. And then here it is, Clemente. What stadium is the background of this? Is this yeah, what stadium is this again? I went to the stadium lookup website, but it looks like it's not functional anymore. And I decided not to boot in my game for no reason whatsoever. This ain't Forbes, because Forbes is like in the griddle grassy nowhere. This is I can't remember the name off the top of my head. But anyways, Clemente. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Hopefully they give him amazing stats and attributes, because he deserves it. And everything about it. 3,000 hit club before he passed away. All right, that's it. Let me know what you guys' thought on the trailer is. Are you guys excited for 21? I am. Can't wait. We got a little bit under a month here.